Yesterday we received what many people would consider to be the biggest ever Minecraft beta, as we finally saw the introduction of the new and updated mountain generation make its way to Bedrock Edition. But at the moment people are still confused around these mountains and there's a lot that is still unknown, so that is why in this video I'm going to be explaining everything you need to know about the new Minecraft mountains. So if you do go on to enjoy the video and find it useful, be sure to drop it a like and subscribe if you're new around here. I do daily Minecraft videos, but without wasting any more time, let's just get right into it. Now, just in case you missed it, this all began on the 4th of March, which was yesterday as of when I'm recording this video, where the official Minecraft Twitter page tweeted out, "What have you better start conquering your fear of heights, because this week's Bedrock beta features a first look at the all new, far more majestic mountain generation." And I've saw a lot of confusion around how to get your hands on these features, and maybe if you're not very experienced with the beta program, I'll put a link down below in the description so you can find out more, so that if you do want to experience these features you can get involved. But just in case you did not know, these features are not in the base game. To get your hands on these new mountains and the new generation, you have to be a part of the Minecraft beta program. As I said, if you want to test out if you can join to try out these features for yourself and maybe report some bugs to Mojang, I will put the link in the description. Now let's get on to the mountains themselves, and I'm going to try to avoid talking about how beautiful they look, because they do look absolutely incredible. But something that is very important that not a lot of people understand is that these mountains do not replace the current mountain biome in the game, like many people, including me, first believed. This was tweeted out by King B Dogs, who actually says, "I noticed some confusion around the mountain sub-biomes. These biomes are 3D, so a mountain is comprised of multiple different biomes for each layer. Lofty Peaks, for example, is a biome you only find at the top of the mountain. Let me list how they are distributed. Mountain Meadows is layer 1, which is the base of the mountain, kind of the surrounding area. Mountain Grove is the second layer. Snowy Slopes is the third layer, where things start to get a bit snowy, and the fourth layer is Lofty Peaks or Snow-Capped Peaks." And yeah, if you did not realise, there is two different kinds of peaks you can find to the new mountains. Lofty Peaks, which is kind of the icy, kind of scary, cold environment, and then there's the Snow-Capped Peaks, which I prefer, which are very snowy, very nice looking, and just feel very cozy when you're up there. So yeah, this is a really good way of explaining it from King B Dogs. These mountains are not just a biome in of itself, it is literally 4 biomes that are stacked up on top of each other, which is incredible to think about, and it makes sense when you look at it, because you can literally see the transition from kind of the mountain meadows all the way up to the lofty or snow-capped peaks, which is absolutely insane, and just seeing this in the game is incredible. But yeah, this does make a lot of sense. But one thing you all need to understand, which not a lot of people know, is that these mountains are kind of a rare biome in my experience. I was searching for about an hour non-stop before I gave up and searched for someone else's seed, which I found, but they are nowhere near as common as you may believe. Along my journey searching for these new mountains, I also came across a load of other mountains, the older mountains that have not been updated yet, so it is still possible to find the current mountain biome in 1.17. They are just a lot less frequent, but I still believe that Mojang will bump up the frequency of these mountains so they are a lot more common, because at the moment I find them nowhere near as much as I would like to. I expected these mountains to be dotted around the landscape, but they are actually very hard to find, as I said. Now, another interesting thing I've not really saw anyone talking about, which I found out in my experience, is that mobs at the moment do not spawn up on the mountains, whether that be passive mobs or hostile mobs. I have been searching around this certain mountain I found for about 30 minutes and I did not find even one mob, not a chicken, not a zombie, not a skeleton, not even a creeper. The only time I started finding mobs again was when I went out of the mountain biome, so I believe that maybe it is a glitch at the moment that mobs do not spawn there, or maybe it's intended. Mojang wanted it to be a very surreal experience where it's kind of a place even the mobs cannot go because of how hostile the terrain is, and I think that's actually a pretty cool feature. Even if unintended, it's just pretty cool to think about that you're the only thing that can make it up to the top of the mountain, and it's just pretty funny seeing all the mobs kind of scattered around at the base of the mountain just looking up. And I hope you all remember that packed snow block which we received all the way at the start of the year now, because that is actually coming in pretty handy now, because this block can actually be found all around the new mountain biome. Now, a lot of people did not know what role this block would play or what it would be like. Would this make up all of the snowy peaks, or would it just be dotted around, kind of like spots of quicksand? Now, packed snow is just like what I just said. It is like patches of quicksand where you are walking around. The ground is solid until you come across certain areas where if you walk on the packed snow you can kind of avoid it by trying to swim by spamming the jump button, but if you do not, you will slowly sink down into the packed snow, in which you cannot escape once you are below its surface, and after a few seconds you will actually begin to take frost damage, which is very interesting. So if you go below the snow, your hearts will slowly begin to drain, not quite as fast as being hit by hostile mobs or being trapped underwater, but it is still pretty fast. At the moment though, sadly, it's kind of easy to avoid it. You can just break out very easily with your hand, but I think it would be very cool if Mojang made it so you have to have a specific shovel or item in order to dig yourself out if you get stranded. And I know a lot of people are going to get annoyed by this feature because it is quite annoying, some people would say, but I just find it so interesting. We've never really saw anything like this in Minecraft where the environment poses a threat to you, apart from maybe water and lava patches. But this is so cool. It just adds so much to the adventure. Can you imagine just telling your friend a story of how you were climbing a mountain searching for something and then you fell in a patch of packed snow where you had to kind of survive under the snowy surface and try and dig your way out? That is just such a cool story and adds so much to the game that I really do not think people really appreciate it. But yeah everyone, that is the new mountains explained. That is everything I believe at the moment you need to know about the new mountains. Obviously more information will come out over time, but at the moment you've got to remember this is one day after they have been dropped in the game, so this is all of the key information you need to know about the new mountains. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to drop it a like and subscribe if you're new around here. I do daily Minecraft videos everyone, but without wasting any more time I'm gonna go now. I'll see you all tomorrow for another video. Goodbye.